You generally become, everybody sit down, I'm about to have a history lesson with Mr. O'Brien. You generally become a monarch. The first monarch in a line has generally won a war, all right, or mounted a successful invasion. And that war has been won, or that invasion has been mounted in pursuit of booty, right? Not in the modern sense of the word. I'm not going to start rapping, but in pursuit of lucre, cash, spoils. That's why they are called the spoils of war. William the Conqueror came to England in 1066, hoping to enrich himself. 1,000 years later, more than 1,000 years later, the Duke of Westminster, when asked for advice on becoming super wealthy, suggested that the best thing you could do was to have an ancestor who was friends with William the Conqueror. So I don't know if there is such a thing as private money for the descendants of whichever monarch it was that actually undertook a war or an invasion in order to fill their own coffers. But it's not black and white, is it? Whose money is this? Whose 12 million quid is making its way towards Virginia Giuffre and her charity? What does this story tell you about England? 0345 60 60973, or perhaps the United Kingdom. It's a tale of deference to the point of delusion, right? Think how much effort in the last few years has been put into maligning Prince Harry. Just think about that for 1 minute. What's Prince Harry done wrong? Well, he married a mixed-race girl, James, but I can't say that out loud, so I'm just going to say that you're woke. What's Prince Harry done wrong? Oh, he's woke. What does that mean? Can't tell you. I'll tell you what woke means today. 2 stories. I'll share them with you later. It means both vegetarian, and it's a description of Wordle's decision to remove some swear words from that online word game. That's the 2 instances of woke. I'm going to start Woke Watch. I've been threatening to do it for years. I'm starting Woke Watch. Can't work out what it means. Today it means vegetarian. Think for a minute about the effort put into maligning Prince Harry over the last few years. And now look at what Andrew Windsor has done overnight. It was the threat of deposition that focused the mind. What once he'd been, if you like, nailed in court, called to court, all bets were off. No one could defend him after that. And it would have coincided. And I find this almost impenetrable. And I've lived here all my life. I don't have a particular problem with the Queen in particular. And as I've got older, I've become a lot mellower about the royal family in general. I don't know if that's going to change today. But the bit that I find almost impenetrable is that the motivation for this move appears to be the looming platinum anniversary of the Queen and a desire not to see it polluted by having her second oldest son standing in a dock in New York City accused of the vilest of crimes. Just think about this for a minute. How often do I say to you sometimes, your nose is so close to the screen that you can't see the picture, you can only see the pixels jiggling around. This is astonishing. This cuts to the heart of everything. This story is about class. It's about tradition. It's about deference. It's about this mad framework that's been imposed on our country for hundreds and hundreds of years and is designed to teach us that that person is better than this person. The royal family was supposed to be better than us. Go back far enough, not even that far, and the divine right of kings was supposed to see them anointed by God to rule over us. All right? The rich man in his castle, the poor man at his gate. God made them high and lowly, each one to his estate. It was anointed, it was decided by God that these people would live in palaces. And these people, well, I think back to the fella in Aviemore yesterday who's lying in bed with his electric blanket on one because it's the only way he can even begin to try to keep warm as the cost of fuel and living rockets in this country. And the Queen, the head of state, can find 12 million quid to bail out her deviant son. It's incredible when you think about it. Absolutely incredible. If they tried to turn this country into what it is overnight, there'd be a revolution. But it is what it is. It's all we've ever known. And the effort that you now have to put into sustaining the status quo, while Andrew Windsor has provided the most incontrovertible evidence that the status quo is a joke and that these people have no more right to reign over you than you do, it's going to be, it's going to be a thing to behold. It's absolutely astonishing The most vulnerable people in society have £20 a week taken off them by the government, but the Queen can find 12 million quid to bail out her deviant son, and it's somehow not a comparison that you should draw.